How to stop emotional spending using psychology. Americans lose $5,400 a year to emotional spending. That's not a typo. $5,400 that could be sitting in your Roth IRA right now, compounding at 7% annually, turning into $600,000 by retirement. But instead, it's sitting in your closet with the tags still on. And here's the thing. You already know you do this. You're not stupid. You're not broken. You're just fighting millions of dollars of psychological warfare that companies have engineered specifically to trigger your spending buttons when you're stressed, tired, or lonely. Today, we're reversing that. I'm going to show you the exact psychology behind why you emotionally spend. And more importantly, the 3 psychological hacks that will stop it cold. Let's go. Part 1. The dopamine trap. Emotional spending isn't about needing things. It's about dopamine. Your brain releases dopamine when you anticipate a reward. Not even when you get it. Just the thought of opening that Amazon box triggers your reward system. This is exactly why one-click purchasing exists. Here's what happens in your brain. You have a bad day at work. Your boss criticizes your presentation. Boom. Your dopamine levels drop. Suddenly, your brain is screaming for a hit. So you pull out your phone, scroll Instagram, and see an ad for that $85 Lululemon hoodie you don't need. Your brain says, that will fix it. You click. Dopamine spikes. You feel better for exactly 47 minutes. Then the crash comes. And you're back where you started. Except $85 poorer. The insidious part? Companies know this. Retailers spend billions studying exactly when your willpower is lowest Sunday evening. Post-lunch energy dip. That 3 p.m. slump. They know the exact times your dopamine is depleted and your defenses are down. So how do we fight this? With a 24-hour rule. Here's how it works. Anything non-essential you want to buy goes on a list. You wait 24 hours. During those 24 hours, something magical happens. Your dopamine levels normalize. You're not in crisis mode anymore. Your prefrontal cortex, your rational brain, comes back online. And suddenly, that $85 hoodie doesn't seem so necessary. Research shows 80% of impulse purchases fail the 24-hour test. 80%. Part 2. The identity trap. This one's darker. Emotional spending isn't just about dopamine. It's about identity. When you're stressed, anxious, or feeling worthless, shopping becomes identity repair. You're not buying a coffee table. You're buying the version of yourself that has nice things. You're buying proof that you're successful, that you matter. Think about the last time you went shopping when you were feeling down. You didn't just buy one thing, right? You went into a flow state. You tried on clothes. You walked the entire store. You weren't looking for anything specific. You were looking for yourself. Marketing executives call this aspirational spending. They're literally selling you a future version of yourself that doesn't exist yet. And they're pricing it at $120 a month in subscription services you forget about. Here's the psychology hack to break this. Identity documentation. Every time you feel the urge to spend emotionally, you write down 3 things. 1. What emotion am I actually feeling right now? 2. What material thing do I think will fix this? 3. Will it actually fix it? Usually the answer to number 3 is no. You're not buying a Peloton bike because you need exercise. You're buying the identity of someone who exercises. There's a gap between who you are and who you want to be. And you're trying to bridge it with a credit card. But here's what actually works. Documenting progress. Every time you skip an emotional purchase, you write it down. 2 weeks of this. And you realize something. The best feeling isn't the purchase. It's the control. It's the discipline. That version of yourself, the one making intentional choices, is way more valuable than the one drowning in unworn stuff. Part 3. The friction hack. Last one's the simplest and most effective. Remove friction from saving. Add friction to spending. This is behavioral psychology 101. The harder something is to do, the less you do it. So make emotional spending hard. First, delete your saved credit cards from websites. All of them. Make yourself manually enter your information every time. That's 60 seconds of friction? 50% reduction in impulse purchases. Second, use a separate bank account for checking. Move your savings to a completely different bank. Not the same app. If you want to buy something emotionally, you have to physically transfer money between banks. By the time the transfer clears, the urge is gone. Third, set up automatic transfers to your Roth IRA the day you get paid. Before you see the money, it's gone. Out of sight, out of mind, out of your dopamine loop. That $400 you would have spent on stuff you don't need? Now it's in the market, compounding, turning into $5,600 by retirement. And you never even felt it leave. So here's your action plan. Start the 24-hour rule today. Document your identity gaps this week. Delete your saved cards right now. This isn't about deprivation. It's about freedom. Freedom from the psychological games. Freedom from regret. Freedom to actually build wealth. Hit subscribe. Drop a comment telling me the biggest emotional purchase you regret. And I'll see you in the next one. Word count 847.